When your cat chooses to sleep next to you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it's adorable. Yes, it makes for great photos. But behind that seemingly simple decision to curl up beside you, there's a sophisticated communication system that most owners completely overlook. Your cat is telling you something profound every single night, and if you're missing the message, which most people do, you could be misunderstanding the deepest form of trust your cat knows how to offer. Most people assume their cat sleeps with them because it's warm, or because they're comfortable, or simply because cats like soft surfaces. And sure, those things are technically true, but here's what nobody tells you. The warmth argument falls apart when you realize that cats willingly sleep in cold windowsills, on hard floors, in empty bathtubs, and in drafty corners, when they could easily choose your heated bed. Temperature matters, but it's not the whole story, not even close. Your cat is making a deliberate choice every night, and that choice has layers of meaning that go far deeper than comfort. Let's start with what most people miss entirely. In the wild, sleep is the most dangerous thing a cat can do. When a cat closes its eyes, it becomes vulnerable to every predator in its environment. This is why feral cats and wild cats rarely sleep in open spaces. They find hidden dens, climb to unreachable heights, rotate their ears constantly even while resting, and position themselves where they can detect threats from multiple angles. Sleep for a wild cat is a calculated risk. It's a moment of exposure that requires careful planning and strategic positioning. Now think about what happens when your domesticated cat chooses to sleep beside you. They're not hiding. They're not seeking an elevated perch where they can survey threats. They're not finding a concealed corner where they can disappear. They're deliberately choosing the most exposed position possible, right next to a creature that is exponentially larger than them. A creature that makes unpredictable movements throughout the night. A creature that could accidentally harm them simply by rolling over. And they're doing it on purpose. Here's what most people don't realize. Your cat isn't sleeping near you despite the risks. They're sleeping near you because they've assessed those risks and decided you're worth it. You are their chosen safe space, and that decision, made anew every single night, represents one of the highest compliments your cat can pay you. 1. They're choosing you as their protector. When your cat falls asleep next to you, something remarkable happens in their psychology. They're essentially outsourcing their survival vigilance to you. In the wild, cats are simultaneously predator and prey. They hunt smaller animals, but they're hunted by larger ones. This dual role means they can never fully relax. Part of their brain is always scanning for danger, always assessing escape routes, always ready to spring into defensive action at a moment's notice. But when your cat sleeps beside you, they're making a declaration. They trust you to handle the vigilance for both of you. They're saying, I know you'll protect me while I'm vulnerable. I know you'll wake if something's wrong. I know I'm safe with you. This isn't just affection. This is survival-level trust being placed in your hands. Researchers at the University of Lincoln studied this phenomenon in 2014. They found that domesticated cats form attachment styles nearly identical to human infants and dogs. The cats who were securely attached to their owners showed distinct behaviors when sleeping, including relaxed body postures, slower breathing patterns, and extended periods of deep sleep. The cats who were insecurely attached remained in light sleep cycles, often with tense muscles and frequent waking. In other words, the quality of your cat's sleep literally depends on the quality of their trust in you. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't just choosing to sleep near you because they like you. They're sleeping more deeply, more peacefully, more restoratively, specifically because they're beside you. You're not just their bedmate. You're their security system, their guardian. They're proof that the world is safe enough to let their guard down completely. This is one of the clearest signs your cat sees you as family. In cat colonies, cats who are bonded will sleep in physical contact with each other. They'll entwine tails, rest heads on each other's bodies, and synchronize their breathing. These aren't just warmth-seeking behaviors. These are family behaviors. When your cat chooses to sleep pressed against you, they're inviting you into their innermost circle. They're treating you the same way they would treat a sibling or a parent in the wild. 2. The specific body position matters more than you think. Have you ever noticed that your cat doesn't just sleep next to you in any random configuration? They have preferred positions, specific spots, and consistent ways of orienting themselves. These aren't accidents. Each position carries distinct meaning in cat language. When your cat sleeps with their back pressed against you, facing outward, they are taking the guardian position. In the wild, this is the formation cats use when they're protecting vulnerable members of their group. The protective cat positions themselves between the threat and the protected individual, creating a physical barrier. When your cat sleeps this way, they're actually trying to protect you. They've identified the direction where potential threats could come from, and they've positioned themselves to intercept anything that approaches. Your cat is literally watching your back while you sleep. Here's what makes this even more fascinating. Cats usually choose the person who feeds them as their primary protector. But when a cat takes the guardian position with you, they're reversing that dynamic entirely. They're saying, "I'll protect you. You rest." This is extraordinarily rare in the animal kingdom. Most companion animals look to their owners for protection, not the other way around. But cats who are deeply bonded to their humans will actually shift into protective roles. When your cat sleeps on your chest, directly over your heart, they're seeking the most intimate connection possible. This position allows them to hear your heartbeat, feel your breathing, and synchronize their own rhythms with yours. It's the closest a cat can get to returning to the safety of kittenhood, when they slept piled against their mother and siblings in the den. Your heartbeat becomes their lullaby. Your breathing becomes their reassurance. You are, in that moment, their parent. And they're allowing themselves to be kittens again. A 2019 study from the University of Sussex found that cats can detect human emotional states through subtle cues in our breathing patterns and heart rates. When your cat chooses to sleep on your chest, they're actually monitoring your emotional state throughout the night. If your heart rate increases or your breathing becomes irregular, your cat will often shift position or wake to check on you. They're not just sleeping. They're keeping watch from the closest possible position. And here's where it gets even deeper. This position is also about vulnerability. When a cat exposes their belly to sleep on you, they're showing you their most vulnerable area. In cat language, an exposed belly is the ultimate sign of trust. It means they don't see you as a threat, not even a potential one. They're completely relaxed in your presence, confident that you won't hurt them, even when they're at their most defenseless. 3. They're marking you as theirs while they sleep. Here's something most owners have no idea about. When your cat sleeps against you, they're not just seeking warmth or comfort. They're actively marking you with their scent. Cats have scent glands all over their bodies, concentrated in their cheeks, their foreheads, their chins, and yes, along their sides and tails, where they press against you during sleep. Every moment your cat spends sleeping beside you, they're transferring their scent onto your skin and clothing. This isn't accidental, it's territorial. But not in the aggressive way most people think. Your cat isn't trying to claim you as property in a dominant sense. They're adding you to their scent map, marking you as part of their family unit, creating a shared olfactory identity that says, "We belong together." In multi-cat households, this becomes even more significant. Cats who sleep together create a communal scent that identifies them as members of the same group. When your cat sleeps on you, they're doing exactly the same thing. They're creating a shared scent signature that, in their mind, makes you an official member of their family. You smell like them, and they smell like you. In cat language, this is as close to marriage as it gets. And hey, if this is making sense to you, hit that like button and subscribe. If you're the kind of person who actually wants to understand what's going on in your cat's head, you're in the right place. There's so much more to cat communication than most people realize, and understanding it can completely transform your relationship with your cat. This scent marking serves another crucial function that most people never consider. When you leave your house, you carry your cat's scent with you. To other cats and animals you encounter, you smell like another cat's territory. You're not just a random human. You're claimed, owned, belonging to someone. Your cat has flagged you, and they did it while appearing to just be cute and sleepy. 4. The timing of when they join you reveals their priorities. Have you ever noticed that your cat doesn't always come to bed at the same time you do? Sometimes they're already there, waiting for you. Sometimes they appear hours later, slipping silently under the covers. Sometimes they don't come at all. These aren't random variations. The timing of when your cat joins you in bed tells you something important about their priorities and their relationship with you. When your cat is already on your bed when you enter the room, waiting for you. This represents priority-based behavior. They've chosen to be there before you even arrived. They've allocated their time, which could have been spent hunting, exploring, patrolling, or doing any number of cat activities, specifically to be present for your bedtime. You are their plan for this part of the day, not an afterthought, not a convenient warm surface. The plan. Researchers who study cat behavior have observed that cats are crepuscular, meaning they're most active during dawn and dusk. These are prime hunting times in the wild. But domesticated cats will often adjust this natural rhythm to align with their owner's schedules. When your cat comes to bed at your bedtime, instead of during their natural active period, they're suppressing their instincts in favor of time with you. They're choosing you over the hunt. That's not nothing. That's a significant sacrifice in cat terms. When your cat joins you later in the night, after you've fallen asleep, they're engaging in what behaviorists call check-in behavior. They've spent their active hours patrolling, hunting, or playing. Now they're returning to their base, their home port, their secure location. The fact that they wait until you're asleep to join them speaks to a different kind of trust. They don't need interaction with you. They just need proximity. Your unconscious presence is enough to provide them with the security they seek. And when your cat doesn't come to bed at all, before you feel hurt, consider what might be happening. Cats who feel completely secure in their environment may not feel the need to sleep beside you. They've established the entire house as their safe zone, and they're comfortable sleeping anywhere. Paradoxically, a cat who never sleeps with you might actually be the most confident and secure cat of all. They don't need your protection. They've claimed the whole territory as safe. But there's another possibility. Sometimes, not sleeping with you is a communication. If your cat previously slept with you and has stopped, something has changed. The litter box might be too dirty for their liking. They might be experiencing pain that makes jumping onto the bed difficult. They might be feeling stressed by a new pet, a new person, or a change in routine. Cats are subtle communicators. A change in sleeping patterns is often one of the first signs that something is wrong. 5. Where they position themselves on the bed is a map of their trust. Let's talk about proximity. The distance your cat maintains from you during sleep isn't random. It's calibrated precisely to their comfort level, and it can tell you volumes about your relationship. A cat who sleeps pressed directly against you has a different attachment style than one who sleeps 6 inches away, who has a different attachment than one who sleeps at the foot of the bed. Here's a framework for understanding this. Imagine your bed is divided into zones. Zone 1 is your immediate body space, where physical contact is constant. Zone 2 is within arm's reach, close but not touching. Zone 3 is the same bed, but beyond easy reach. Zone 4 is the same room, but not the bed. Zone 5 is elsewhere in the house. Each zone represents a different level of trust and attachment. Zone 1, physical contact, is the highest level of bond. These cats see you as their primary attachment figure, their safe haven, their home base. Zone 2 cats are bonded, but also value independence. They want proximity without constant contact. Zone 3 cats are affectionate, but cautious. They'll sleep on your bed, but want escape routes. Zone 4 cats are still bonding, or naturally more distant. Zone 5 cats may be new to the home, recovering from trauma, or naturally more independent. But here's what most people don't realize. A cat's zone preference isn't fixed. A Zone 4 cat can become a Zone 1 cat over time. Trust builds slowly, and sleeping proximity is one of the clearest indicators of that progress. If your cat has moved from the foot of the bed, to your side, to your chest over months or years, you're witnessing the development of deepening trust. Each inch closer is a small victory, a gradual willingness to be more vulnerable with you. Conversely, if your cat suddenly moves to a more distant zone, pay attention. Cats rarely regress in their sleeping patterns without reason. Pain, stress, changes in the household, negative experiences while sleeping near you, any of these can cause a cat to retreat to a more distant position. It's not personal, it's protective. They're communicating that something has made them feel unsafe, and they need you to understand that message. 6. What their breathing and body tension tells you about their true feelings. Here's something almost no cat owners think about. When your cat is sleeping beside you, their body language is telling you a continuous story about their emotional state, the tension in their muscles, the rhythm of their breathing, the position of their ears and tail. Even in sleep, your cat is communicating, and learning to read these signals can tell you whether your cat truly feels safe or is just tolerating the arrangement. A cat who feels completely safe will sleep with loose, relaxed muscles. Their body will feel heavy when you touch them. Their breathing will be slow and even. Their ears will be in a neutral position, not flattened or twitching. Their tail won't be pressed against their body or flicking. This is deep sleep, the kind where your cat is actually vulnerable. This is the sleep of total trust. A cat who is merely resting near you, but not fully relaxing, will show different signs. Their muscles will feel tense even when they're lying down. Their breathing might be slightly quicker than normal. Their ears might move occasionally, tracking sounds even in sleep. Their tail might be wrapped close to their body, protecting their vulnerable underbelly. This is light sleep, ready to spring into wakefulness at the slightest disturbance. This cat is resting, but they're not fully safe. They're still on alert. Here's what most people miss. You can test your cat's trust level without waking them. Gently place your hand near them without touching. A cat in deep, trusting sleep won't respond. A cat in light sleep will lift their head, open their eyes, or at least twitch their ears toward your hand. The deeper the trust, the less response you'll get. It sounds counterintuitive, but a cat who completely ignores your presence while sleeping is actually showing you the highest form of trust. They don't need to monitor you. You're not a threat. You're not even worth waking up for. In cat language, that's love. A 2021 study from the University of Bristol found that cats who slept in physical contact with their owners had measurably lower cortisol levels than cats who slept alone. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Lower levels indicate less stress, more relaxation, greater overall well-being. The simple act of sleeping beside their human actually reduced these cats' physiological stress. The benefit wasn't just emotional, it was physical, measurable, real. 7. What it means when they choose only one person in the household. In households with multiple people, cats often choose one specific person to sleep with consistently. This choice isn't random, and it isn't necessarily about who feeds them or who plays with them most. The person your cat chooses to sleep with is the person they've identified as their primary attachment figure, their safe person, the one they trust most completely. Here's where it gets fascinating. Researchers have found that cats often choose the person who is most predictable. Not the most affectionate, not the one who gives the most treats, the most predictable. Cats are creatures of routine and consistency. They feel safest when they know what to expect. The person whose behavior they can most accurately predict becomes their safe haven. If you're always calm, always gentle, always consistent in how you interact with your cat, you're more likely to become their chosen sleeping partner than someone who is sometimes playful, sometimes tired, sometimes stressed, even if that person is more affectionate overall. This explains why cats often choose to sleep with a person in the household who likes cats least. It's not because cats are contrary or manipulative. It's because the person who isn't constantly trying to interact with the cat is often the most predictable. They don't make sudden movements to pet the cat. They don't pick the cat up unexpectedly. They don't force interaction. The cat can predict exactly what they'll do. Mostly nothing. And predictability, for a cat, equals safety. If you're not your cat's chosen sleeping partner, don't take it personally. Instead, think about how predictable you are. Do you respect your cat's boundaries consistently? Do you let them initiate interaction? Do you avoid sudden movements and loud noises when they're near? Are you calm and consistent in your energy? Becoming more predictable can actually make you more attractive to your cat as a sleeping partner. And the good news is, this is entirely within your control. What if one simple nightly decision from your cat meant more than you ever realized? Remember earlier when I said there's one thing that means everything in cat language? This is what I was talking about. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they're making a decision that goes against every survival instinct they have. They're choosing vulnerability over safety, trust over caution, you over everything else. And they're making this decision every single night. Not because they have to, not because you force them to, because they want to. Think about what it means that a creature who could survive entirely on their own, a creature whose ancestors were solitary hunters, a creature who doesn't need humans for anything, chooses to be vulnerable with you every single night. They don't have to sleep with you. They have comfortable beds throughout your house. They have soft furniture. They have warm, sunny spots. They have hiding places that are probably safer than your bed, from a pure survival perspective. They choose you, again and again and again. This is the thing about cats that most people never understand. Their love isn't obvious. It's not enthusiastic tail wagging or excited greetings at the door. It's quiet, subtle, easy to miss if you're not paying attention. But when you know what to look for, when you understand the language they're speaking, you realize that their love is everywhere. In every slow blink, in every head bump, in every moment they choose to be near you, and especially in every night they choose to sleep beside you. The next time your cat curls up beside you, pressing their body against yours, settling in for a long night's rest, take a moment to appreciate what's actually happening. Your cat has performed a complex risk assessment. They've evaluated their options, they've considered their alternatives, and they've chosen you. Not just as their provider, not just as their owner, as their safe place, their protector, their family. The one place in the world where they can let their guard down completely and just rest. To your cat, you're not just the person who feeds them. You're not just the person who provides shelter. You're their entire world. And every night, when they choose to sleep beside you, they're telling you something profound. They're telling you that in a world full of dangers, uncertainties, and threats, they found the one place where none of that matters. They found you. And in the world of cats, being chosen as someone's safe place is the highest form of love there is.